up, my beautiful people? I did not disappear anywhere. I've been right here on YouTube. Just click on live videos and you'll see all the videos I've been doing on the live option. Today I'm doing a recorded video so you guys realize that I'm still here. You just got to click on live. Now, last night I released a video about blood sugar, insulin, A1C, your hemoglobin A1C, and your fasted blood sugar in milligrams per deciliter and in millimoles. Now, a lot of you guys are confused doing carnivore. You're starting to test your blood sugar and use a continuous blood sugar monitor. And I was going over yesterday things like if you have an A1C that's over a 5.0, you can't keto adapt on that. And that's a problem because if we go to the ketone side, which is about today's video, ketones are just as important as glucose. If your glucose is very high, typically your ketones are low. If you're under a 1.0, you're not going to get the benefits of being in ketosis. What does this? Too much protein, stress, skipping meals, fasting. Now, people think that they're creating ketones, but you'll see a buffer. Like your ketones will get this high fasting, but not in the range between a 1.8 and a 3.0 in millimoles. You only test your ketones in the morning on an empty stomach. Because if you test your ketones later in the day, you're going to be registering the fat that you ate, which is great. It is relevant. But there's nothing like seeing your body being burned and utilized as ketones, body fat, rather than the dietary fat. And that shows that your body is entering a highly state of your keto adaptation. And how you feel is less brain fog, a drop in body fat when you're in ketosis. But the blood sugar must match the ketones. Glucose must be between a 75 and an 83, which in millimoles for glucose would be a 4.3, 4.4 to a 4.5. 4.6 is stretching it, but that's it. If your glucose is normal and your ketones are at a 2.0, but you don't feel the benefits of being in ketosis, you still feel a little hypoglycemic, you're probably losing ketones. Yes, do you have to eat 200 grams of fat? Yes, you do. And that is because the body has to learn. It has to learn how to take the fat first that you're consuming, convert that into ketone bodies to get into the Krebs cycle, into the energy cycles of all your cells and into your brain so you can feel balanced. But you also have to learn how to burn those ketones, make those ketones while you sleep. That is the magic, and that is the reason why you only test ketones fasted in the morning on an empty stomach. You should start at 200 grams of fat. I don't care how tall you are. It's just the way it is. But for those who've got severe gallbladder issues, you may not be able to do a ketogenic diet in a carnivore form or in a ketogenic form. Then you might have to go low carb, high fat, which would put you at about 100 grams of carbs to 120 per day at 2 tablespoons per main meal. That's what's very important when you're doing low carb, high fat, that your fats are still high, but they're not so high to where your gallbladder is jacked up. Now, if you don't have anything with your gallbladder, the whole point on a carnivore diet or a keto diet is to get into ketosis, because it's like putting big, chunky logs onto the fireplace that are going to burn lower than carbohydrates, but more even and longer. This allows your gut to heal, your hormones to heal, your inflammation to go down. It's fantastic. Your reproductive hormones to get back in balance, your thyroid. But if you guys don't do this the right way and you keep putting your protein too high and your fats are too low and you keep fasting with crappy sleep and not realizing you have to watch the liver function and make sure that it's detoxing and filtrating. Well, the liver doesn't detox, but you might have to do a detoxification to get some of that estrogen out. Or your kidneys might have to get those protein waste products out because you've been eating too much protein on carnivore. And nowhere in nature, which I'm going to do a video on my live side of my channel, I'm going to do a video on how people are eating too much protein today, and we're not the hunter-gatherers that we used to, and we don't have the same gut, nor do we have the same lifestyle. If you guys want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com. For those who don't realize I'm doing live, go click on the live option and look at all these videos and interviews that I'm doing called Real Stories with Real People with Real Stories. You can find me on Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic. I'm doing a course. I'm actually going to do a challenge, hopefully in March, where I cover all 3 diets. It's going to be ultimate challenge. It's going to be a learning challenge. Also, you can find me on my Facebook, which is Stephanie the Business Person. And I'm Stephanie Person, in person, at 55, soon to be 56, almost 16 years, solid in ketosis. And I'm trying to teach you guys how to do it the right way, since a lot of you guys have flipped over to the carnivore side thinking that's better. It's not better. Keto Omnivore is really where you want to be at for a plethora of reasons you can find on my channel, especially the lives. Peace. You're such a good boy. Those special donkeys. Donkeys are very special, huh? Yeah? Yeah, you want some? Do you want some? Thunder. Boo-boo, do you want some? Yeah, you do? Yeah? A lot? Really? You little shit. This is why they say don't get a pony.